my cell phone fell. This is due to the so-called gravity. Gravity of the Earth is 9.8 meter per second square. That's why everything on massive objects falls. But my point is, gravity has an infinite range, meaning everything in the Earth, no matter what happened, it is still affected by the gravity. So I realized that infinity can exist in physical. What infinity can I do for myself? If you go to philosophy, human life has a purpose. That this is really acceptable to us. If anything is affected by the force of gravity, then whatever we do should be affected by our purpose. It's very important that we have infinite labor, even if we are in the middle of the pandemic. I believe that the pandemic will not hinder the things that I want to achieve in my life. No matter what happened, just do it. I applied my favorite subject to my life. When I was young, I was always asked myself why there was a trial in my life. It's just weird to me that life doesn't seem comfortable when we have big problems in our life. I hate school activities, I hate school outputs, assignments, etc. Burning in a career has always a rock, lacking luna. It's tiring to have all like this. But I realize this is not the reality. This is not. The reality is trials can make you strong. I realized the goal is to be refined, to be heated too much, to make it pure gold. Which if I am a gold, I should know that if I want to be a pure gold, I have to go to a very hard place. Life goals, look at what I want in my life. We cannot stare at reality and dwell on worthless things. Albert Einstein said, who developed the theory of relativity, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting different results. So, just because you do the things that are hard, it doesn't mean that you do also the things that you hated, especially during the pandemic. According to the WHO survey, the COVID-19 pandemic has disrupted or halted critical mental health services in 93% of countries worldwide, while the demand for mental health is increasing. That means the pandemic is the big problem people face. Some of the problems may be money and health. According to the Philippine government, those in charge in the government also have difficulty in managing the economy and the people's health. So, we cannot avoid these things. This is also the reality. I read various books. In this pandemic, I read various books, a lot of books, and one of my favorites is physics books. I learned a lot from these things. I learned also to endure. Even though I was happy to leave the house, I chose to stay at home. I chose to follow the policy of the government. I also learned a lot of degrees and terms when it comes to the internet, especially now that I have online class. I have learned a lot by using various social media platforms. I also experienced going to school in a different way when it was online classes. I also had a chance to use courses and jobs when I got older. It seems like I had a better future in my life. So, all I have learned of this is I am deeply grateful for. I experienced somehow what happened to Isaac Newton. I have to learn a lot knowledge added to my brain and discover more knowledge that I'm sure I can use in real life. And the great wisdom that I have learned is when there is suffering, there is blessing. Because I learned more about the pandemic and more in this time of pandemic than I did before COVID-19 started. Happiness is an important thing that I have lost. But how can I do that if I cannot find my goal? I mean, if I am in a lot of stressful trials, how can I be happy there? Einstein also said, a calm and modest life brings more happiness with the pursuit of success combined with constant resilience. I believe in this. So for me, calm and modest life is the reality in which challenges really goes through man. But it is important that we still have fun and that pleasures depends on the person. Me, I was just happy even though I'm going through a difficult time. So I believe that the virus that killed thousands of Filipinos will not hinder my ability to continue. A pandemic can stop my goal in life. And one of my goals to learn and apply it to my life. Because I believe that knowledge will bring you pleasure and advantages. And wisdom will guide your journey to life. Continuing in life is very important that people should embrace. Because just a gravity has an infinite range in everything it passes. So should I? I am the object, and gravitational force is my ability to pursue my goal. Chanted Asis from Class 11, COVID-19 Survivor.